power that reaches our house from the power companies is alternating current, and this is used to light up the light bulb. Now these light bulbs are simple resistors. Let us see, when an alternating voltage is applied to a resistor, what is the current through the resistor and what is the phase difference between the current and the voltage. This is a new term, the phase difference. So during this lesson we are going to discuss what is the phase difference between the current and the voltage. Now let's say that an alternating voltage is connected to a resistor and the current is measured using a center zero ammeter. Now you can see that this needle is going to show no reading at all. That doesn't indicate that no current flows to the resistor, but the current is going to reverse direction so many times in a second. Let us say that this current, the alternating voltage, has a frequency of 50 Hertz. Now this means that the needle is going to vibrate rapidly 50 times in a second. So the pointer is not going to vibrate that fast, so it appears not to move at all. Now instead of this alternating voltage, suppose I connect a direct source. I remove this and I connect a direct source which has the same voltage of, let's say, 220 volts. Now in this case the ammeter is going to show a constant deflection. Now the alternating voltage source that provides the alternating current to the circuit is denoted as shown by this. You have a little sine wave drawn over here, and the voltage V is represented by Vm sine omega t, where Vm is the amplitude of the source, Vm is the amplitude of the voltage source, omega is the angular frequency, and omega is equal to 2 pi f, where f is the frequency of the voltage source. So for example, if the frequency is 50 Hertz, then the value of omega would be 2 pi times 50, which is 100 pi. This would be radians per second. Now in the circuit shown here, the alternating voltage which is connected to the resistor is Vm sine omega t, and let us apply Kirchhoff's rule to this loop over here. So you can see that V is equal to I times R. Let's say I is the current which flows in the circuit, and since there is only one circuit element, V is equal to I times R. Now I is equal to V over R, which is Vm sine. Now this can be written as Im sine omega t. So I is equal to Im sine omega t, where Im is equal to Vm over R. So you can see that for an alternating voltage over here, we get an alternating current which flows in the circuit, and the peak value for the alternating current is Im. Now you can see from these two graphs that as the voltage varies across the resistor, the current also varies in a similar manner, which means that if the voltage is maximum, then at that same instant of time the current is also maximum. If the voltage drops down to 0, at that same instant current is also 0. So we can say that V and I are in step with each other. Now this relation between current and voltage can also be shown on a phasor diagram, and so we'll just discuss what is a phasor diagram. This is an important concept. A phasor is a vector that is used to represent a wave. Here we have the current and the voltage both varying sinusoidally, and we are going to draw phasors to show both the voltage and the current. Now you can see over here in this diagram that a phasor is a vector that rotates about the origin and whose magnitude is equal to the amplitude of the wave, because the wave here is V is equal to Vm sine omega t. So the amplitude of the wave is the radius of this circle, and the angular speed omega at which this phasor rotates is the same as the angular frequency of the wave. So the angular speed of rotation is the same as the angular frequency of the wave. The projection of this vector on the y-axis, this gives us the instantaneous value of the phasor. See, instantaneous value would be, say at any instant, what is the value of the voltage? This is the value of the voltage. Now this value is the instantaneous value, which will have a magnitude of Vm sine omega t. If you put in this value of t into this expression, and if you know the angular frequency and you know the amplitude, you will get the instantaneous value of the voltage. Now you can see that as the tip of the vector moves on the circle, its projection also varies from, say when the vector is here, the projection on the y-axis is 0. When the vector has moved here, the projection is this. When the vector moves to this point over here, then the projection also becomes the same as this, the amplitude. If the vector moves to a point over here, then this is the projection. If the vector moves to a point over here, then the projection again becomes 0. Say it moves to a point over here, then the projection is, this is the projection. You might have already studied this actually in SHM. So the projection is here. If the vector moves to a point, say over here, then this is the projection. If it moves over here, then this is the projection. So you can see that as the point moves on the circle, its projection on the y-axis is executing SHM with the amplitude given by Vm. So this sinusoidally varying curve can be represented by this phasor. So now if I simply draw the axis, and if I draw this vector and I write Vm and omega t, so that you know that this represents a voltage whose instantaneous value V is equal to Vm sine omega t. Now say I want to draw a current phasor, so I can draw another phasor, and I draw this and I simply write Im and again omega t. So you know that I is equal to Im sine omega t. So now you know that when a resistor is connected to an AC source, then the current and voltage are given by these expressions. V is Vm sine omega t, I is Im sine omega t, where Im is equal to Vm over R. The current and voltage are in phase with each other because there is no phase difference between them. They are in step, they are in phase with each other, and this is the phasor diagram which shows the current and voltage moving in phase with each other. You can think of this as two needles of a clock which are rotating in step with each other. There is no phase difference between them. And now for the answers. The power that is supplied to households is AC. The reason for this is it has to be stepped up and stepped down to reduce the power losses, and this can only be done with AC. Moving on to the second question, the voltage is Vm sin omega t. So this factor over here is omega t, which gives us omega equals 120 pi, and so this works out to be 60 Hertz. In a purely resistive circuit, the current is definitely in phase with the voltage. The component of the phasor in the vertical direction gives you the instantaneous value. So the correct answer is instantaneous. The fifth question, now Im is equal to Vm over R, and since this is in volt and this is in ohms, that will be in ampere. So changing it to milliamperes, you need to multiply it with 1000. And so that gives you 40 milliamperes. So the correct answer is 40. Check your answers. If you've got all your answers right, give yourself a pat on your back and do tell me your name. Just write your name in the comment box. If you haven't got them right, don't bother. Go back, listen to the lesson, revise more, and then try the questions once again.